You know, I think we've been conditioned to believe that moving into a senior facility is expensive, it's stressful, but not with the help of elder advisors, as Steve Langdon said. The news is good. All right, we're joined by another member of the team. Now, tell me if I got this right, Larry. Sarah Shervanack.
Yep, I think hitting it right on the head. Yes, you did. John, like everything about you, it's par excellence. Valentine's wardrobe, everything for you, John.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
I do have to give a shout out to Dana Bergen at CWLB Law, because I would be completely remiss, when I talk about, we can protect all the assets for husband and wife if one spouse goes into care, or a single person, we can protect half the assets. Certainly we need the legal component, which Steve brings to the table from CWLB Law. But most certainly, Dana Bergen is the glue that brings it all together.
She's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, I was on the phone with her this morning. She basically checks all of our work before we officially turn the file over to the law firm. So a special shout out to Dana Bergen. Love you, Dana.
Yeah,
You're the
love
best.
her to death.
She's
great.
The best.
Well, let's talk about what Sarah Shervanack accomplishes.
Yeah. Well, and so part of what Elder Advisors does is we will move money through a funeral trust. So mom and dad can pay up to $15,000 for a funeral trust. It's not seen as an improper transfer because it's something is probably going to happen, and they have available funds. We can park it in a funeral trust. It's irrevocable. It's no longer counted as an asset. And is that a fair hypothesis, Mr. Langdon, law firm, CWLB Law?
That was a big word. So,
okay, yeah. All right. Well, we'll say yes for Steve. But a funeral trust brought Sarah Shervanack and I together because she had a client that we had already done Medicaid for. And from there, Sarah, I'll just let you tell the story.
Okay. Thank you, Larry. Well, yes, so I'm a personal injury attorney. I help people who are injured in car accidents. And those individuals that are on Medicare or Medicaid can't necessarily accept a settlement without losing their benefits. And that's where elder advisors come in to play. We don't want them to lose their benefits and not be able to go or stay in their nursing home or lose all their settlement money and just give it back to the government. So elder advisors can help set up funeral trusts, and that's how Larry and I met, so that Medicare and Medicaid doesn't come in and take from the client what they got out of the settlement.
So, right. Larry, obviously, I didn't mean to interrupt, but so you've had a few scenarios where you go, I need a Sarah Shervanack. I need an expert in this field, and that's Certainly. What Elder Advisors is. We're going to take care of it, right?
Right, absolutely, because I'm not an attorney. Steve does the legal component with the Medicaid filing on there that we do when we're working with clients, because in almost every case there's going to be a legal component. And on those occasions where there's a personal injury issue, I'm certainly, again, not an attorney, then I would refer that to Sarah Shervanack to address those issues on that. But the other part that Sarah was alluding to was our mutual client was on Medicaid benefits, CWLB Law. Steve Langdon got this gentleman on Medicaid. But the other thing people don't understand or appreciate is even if the money, if it bumped off of the Medicaid, you got to file to get back on. And that is always very problematic. Is that a fair statement, Steve?
Yeah, right, it is.
So there's probably a number of scenarios that people aren't aware of, and now the laws are changing. They're probably ever changing, and you guys are also licensed here in Kentucky and in Indiana as well. Do you find that to be true? And probably more changes with the new regime coming. Steve, Sarah, you both can weigh in on this. I guess the rules are open for change at any time, correct?
Well, they're absolutely open for interpretation. And what I find is that I can have different interpretations from one county to the next. Even worse than that, oftentimes I can have different interpretations of the law from one cubicle to the next. So part of my job is to make sure that the state, whether it's in Indiana or Kentucky, that those folks that are working there, that they're educated, they understand what the exceptions to the rules are, and that they do what the law says they're required to do. Oftentimes they don't want to do that, or they're just not educated and they don't understand what our clients are allowed to do. So I'm supposed to hold them to account and make sure that they do what is right for the client.
It seems that's the theme here, is what's right for the client, what helps the client keep their cash in their pocket. But Larry, I think your entire team, it has to be rewarding to know that you're helping folks get the money that they deserve instead of paying it out to a senior facility.
Well, and just giving them the peace of mind, and that's what really makes Steve and Sarah Shervanack unique, is because they get outside the law office. They don't pontificate from on high from their desk and give their minions paperwork, you do this, you do that, because that's often where mistakes are made. So I know on the financial part that Steve does with the clients and Sarah on the personal injury, they get out of the law office. They work with the clients, because if you're going to be effective, you have to do that. You have to get out of the office, meet with the clients, be willing to take the bank manager to task when they don't interpret certain things correctly. Is that a fair statement, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if someone needs to talk to Larry or Steve or Sarah, okay, during the pandemic, obviously one-on-ones are a little bit tough. So what you guys do, conduct a lot of Zoom meetings? Can they just give you a call and set up a conference? How's that work?
Well, for elder advisors, we'll do any of the three, but I will tell you for the most part, they're 90% in-person meetings. You know, we just kind of space out in the conference room and wear the mask. But the funny thing was, I had a conference scheduled tonight at 4 o'clock with 5 family members because they couldn't make it, the weather and stuff, really. And I was willing to do a phone call today. They're rescheduling for the 25th of February because they all want to come into the office. So go figure. Yeah, I was surprised, but I mean, they want to come in. That's at least my point. I don't know what the lawyers do.
I think it's because of the entertainment value
I'm
that
a
you
beautiful
bring to
woman.
the table.
I don't mind telling you.
That may be it.
Hi, April Rogers.
And Steve, it is okay. Sarah, you can weigh in as well. It's okay to have fun when you work, and I think when you work with elder advisors, they love what they do, they're passionate about it, and they're the only one who does it. So you enjoy your work, correct?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I love my job. I really do. I mean, I get to help folks on the Medicaid side and nursing home side. Sarah gets to help folks every day who are injured from no fault of their own. We are very, very blessed.
And because of the influence of elder advisors, I was able to procure a very rare, limited, signed Kenny Rogers headshot for Steve Langdon. You're welcome, Steve, because you're worth it.
Wow. There are the advantages of working with elder
Kenny.
advisors.
Kenny.
Sarah, how do you put up with this mess here? I'm sorry.
It's a lot of fun.
It is
a lot
fun.
of fun.
Okay. Elder advisors, once again, we mentioned the workshops will be starting here shortly, but if you can't wait, if you're in crisis mode or you want to start pre-planning, get a hold of them today. All of that information, I'm assuming, on the screen is true, and that's when you start with the workshops, right, Larry?
March 8th, Kentucky, 6 o'clock, and March the 9th, 10 o'clock at the Hampton Inn in Clarksville on Broadway Street.
All right, before
Don't
we
go
let you
broken in nursing home.
Sarah, I'm going to let you judge as far as Steve and Larry, who wins the sock war today, because they always wear fashionable socks.
Give it to Steve.
I obviously
give it to
win.
Steve. Give it to Steve.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's.
I'll
in
give
my,
it to Steve today.
Yeah, my
It's
shoes are
matching its
shiny.
tie and everything.
There you go.
In these boxes, they can't see your socks. We'll just take her word for it. All right, once again, elder advisors, don't go broke in a nursing home. If you're looking for their competition, there is none. There's
There
no
is
one who
none.
does it. There is none. Larry Weiss, thank
We
you very
are
much.
the
Steve Langdon
competition.
and Sarah Shervanock, thank you as well.